baby. We're out of here.
We're outie. Ooh, we're in Park City. We're gonna go on that Alpine slide. Now you can't see it. Darn it.
All right, this is your mountain. You
About
ready?
to make this mountain my...
Oh, yeah, we're doing the mountain coasters.
Going straight up.
We're gonna rip that one way up the hill. Yeah, this is sick. You think you know what you're doing?
I think I know how to buckle up.
It's a good start.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere.
All right, let it rip, girl.
All right, ripping.
Take this opportunity to get a couple clips while we're getting tugged up to the top of the hill. But yeah, this is rad. It's just this cool little coaster, little private solo coaster. So just gravity fed, we'll get up there and yeah, this is a first for me. Liz has done it before. She's up there, she's got the head start, but we'll catch her. We're gonna keep this thing full throttle the whole time. All right. Update, I think I got this figured out. If I keep my foot up on this brake, then I got both hands. Oh, here we go, we're off now. This is awesome. Woo! Whoa! All right. Yeah, it's a long ways up, but it's fast way down. That was awesome though. Dude, I thought I was gonna catch you. I was fully wooded the whole time.
I know, I was like, I think you're very close.
That was freaking cool.
That was so good.
I can't believe how fast they go.
That's so fast. At one point I got a little scared. That was
All
great.
right.
It was really fun.
Super fun. So where are we off to? Downtown, grab a bite,
Yeah.
then to the track. Get some
Sustenance.
food, some substance, and then, see the downtown in the daylight one more time, and then off to the track. This I thought was super cool that we saw last night, the chairlift from downtown.
Yeah, up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool.
Takes you right up the mountain. Formula Drift, Salt Lake City. This track is super fun, super fast. And this time they actually made an adjustment to Outer Zone 1 because there's so much smoke from turn 1 to turn 2 and just people flying off the track and it's just not good. So we added more radius into turn 1 so that you kind of drive across the track instead of just chasing through it. And so I think it's gonna help a lot with the tandem out here. I think it's gonna make for better driving, be able to float into that right-hander and fall into the pocket and not just be blinded all the way through. So I think it'll be good. Should make for a more competitive round than just blinding people, right? That's never fun. But yeah, the car is good. The boys been working. I got here a little bit ago and just been helping them finish up with the corner scales, getting the car balanced, the typical things that I will help out with, just to kind of oversee those last final details before we hit the track. So we just pulled the car off the scales. I got it measured up and centered up the way I want it to be. And then threw the car on the ground. And now we are just going through and I was measuring out the toe, front and rear, making sure we're good. Getting that all centered up for the toe preference that I would like in the car. So, and it'll be our baseline setup. Of course, we will make changes as we get onto the track, but I think we're ready to rock and roll for tomorrow morning. It's gonna be an early one. We have a 7:30 a.m. driver's meeting, so we're gonna be like up at 6:30 and getting over here to the track. So time to just wrap this up and go grab something to eat, pass out, back here in the morning. What are you talking about? Check it out. That's how fat the radiator is. Combo. Everybody's stoked on the new helmet. Look at this thing.
Dude, that's sick.
Victoria's getting like the real shot.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this is Brad. I got my fresh PBK helmet, the Bell BR8. It's actually an off-road helmet, so it's got this nice hard chin on the front. I like the look of it. Fresh air off to the side. That's the other cool thing, because I'm tall, so I got room for my dome. And then, yeah, PBK does this little signature move on the back. Puts my 64, my 3 championships. And then this is the 10th year of PBK painting helmets. I was his first client, if you will. So I was the first guy that PBK did a helmet paint job for in Formula Drift. And he's been doing like dozens of people ever since for the past 10 years. So really stoked on that one. And then we're gonna send in the old helmet, because I have 2 of these BR8s. We're gonna send the other one in to get the matching paint job, and then I'll be able to have one for the FD side of things, one for the demo side of things, and because it makes it a lot easier with all the traveling to have the 2 helmets. Trying to take one with you everywhere gets a little tough at times, especially when you're carrying all your stuff on. You can't, well, you don't want to check your helmet. I like to carry my gear with me, so I always have it. So we'll get that one sent down, have another one, but yeah, this thing is sick.
It's more like doing what you were doing, but just a little earlier.
Yeah.
Because really, you kind of get that settling in that we were looking for, but like here.
Yeah. I could.
You need this.
I could move it to the left though. Like you were saying, get up on the rumbles.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I got like 2 feet there still.
Yeah.
So the one, it's hard to see. I think the one cone's like right there.
Yep. That's the. Oops. Yeah, y'all hit the one cone. It was there. Shit. Yeah, so 1 cone's here at basically this marker. 2 cones here. 3 cones here.
Pull up Oswald's around. How close was he on that 1 cone? It looked like he was way more on the curb.
How's it looking?
Good. So, well, sort of. This is the one I just pulled out. The screen is like torn apart, which is weird. The other weird thing is like these are the same pieces. This one has screens and this one doesn't, but I think we're just gonna put it in and see what it does.
Cool.
Because honestly, I think this screen is more intended for like OEM cars.
Right.
Anyways, like I don't really know what it's.
This is the old one.
This is the old one.
The new one just has no screens.
Yeah. I don't know if you can. I don't know if they come out or not. I have no idea.
It's missing. Alright vlog, I know far less about this engine setup than probably most of you watching, but basically what's going on right now is there seems to be some with a little bit of a high idle. And as we dove into that, it seems like it's getting a little bit worse. I'll kind of leave it at that, but that's what we're up to right now. What did he say?
He was saying that, actually, so what I was saying earlier about the possibility of that little oil leak, like losing oil pressure, he's saying that it's a pretty good shit, because he literally asked, he was like, is there any place you could be losing oil pressure between the solenoid and the actuator, which is these lines. So it's solenoid, actuator. So, and we have like a small leak on these O-rings, or not O-rings, crush washers. So we're like, we'll start there.
Jackson's got an update for us.
Yeah, dude. All right, show the people. So these rings that are on this is the from the outside view. This was on the other side of this, right?
Right,
So we were talking about earlier that the solenoid sends oil through the lines. The oil comes through those little holes right there. And we found this bottom O-ring had a gash in it. So it's like right here, just had a huge gap. So basically what was happening is the oil was coming out of these holes and then leaking past that, but it would just leak out right back into the engine. So it was never coming externally, so we wouldn't notice it until you actually take it apart and look at it. It's like that could go under the radar for like forever, which honestly it probably has been like that for a few rounds and we haven't noticed it because it's slowly been getting worse and worse and worse. So luckily we had some of these O-rings on hand. It's just a little Teflon O-ring and Nate helped me slide that thing over and we got a fresh one on there and slide it back together and hopefully we figured out our pressure and cam sync issue. So that's that, dude.
Yeah, so essentially this needs pressure. But that O-ring failed, right?
Yep.
So then the oil was just running down and back into the engine.
Yep.
And the pressure was lacking to allow this solenoid to work.
Yeah, it was basically like it was half engaging the variable cam timing.
Got it.
Which is like why the sensor was like off and on, off and on, off and on, because it literally was probably only moving the cam very little.
Got it. Cool.
So probably if everything's functioning right, we might actually find a little bit of horsepower too.
Yeah, literally. Cool. Give it a little rev. Good work, Jackson.
Yeah!
Good work, Cam.
Oh, coach him in the game!
We're in line. Look at this nerd.
Dylan.
Why are you running your car? You're not driving for like 20 minutes. Look at this line.
I'm heating my car up the nitrous. The nitrous gets warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you, buddy?
Good.
Yeah.
How you like that outer one?
Really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really bad like it?
You know why? Because I got mowed into. I tried to do 2 leads. Got walked off the track my very first lap.
Awesome.
Did a chase, made it through the end of the course, which is cool. And then did another lead. Got popped off the course and bent everything.
Are you kidding?
Both times. Yeah. Didn't get a clean lead lap yet.
Well,
So
yeah.
I'm like, I'm just trying to fill this zone like they want.
I had Castro almost rear end me, like in the same spot. Like we went flipping it. He like basically 4-wheel slid off course to avoid me, and then Jeff Jones had a bobble and fell off in outer one. And then who else chased us? Somebody else, same thing. Big bobble up, dumped them off. Because, and not that I'm trying to do that, just because this zone is like a Nike swoosh.
Yes, literally.
And so you come in, you have to come to like a hard stop and then rock it out kind of straight. The car angle doesn't change if you notice. You like flick in, it sits like this, and it's like, ooh.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And I did a run with Osmo, and in the in car, you see I like flick in, and we're like kind of going in, and all of a sudden you see Osmo like dip out of frame.
Whoa.
Like he's like goes out of my perspective and like comes back in because from the outside it looked good. His line was actually good, but it's so awkward.
Yeah.
That I'm like, how is?
Yeah, dude, and I feel like when I go to flick it in, I'm running this track in 3rd gear, so I hit 3rd, and I'm just like trying to get the radius proper, so I'm like slowing way down, even using a little bit of foot brake, boom, get blown off the track both times. So I'm like, I still don't even know what the first turn's all about yet, so.
Well, it sucks.
Yeah.
Even when you get through it.
I'm with you, buddy, I'm with you. Honestly, dude, I feel like the start being where it is right now, if we just ran the regular course,
it would maybe work.
I think you could flick it in,
Drive
quick
through it.
little slowdown, back on the throttle early, and everybody would be doing it at the exact same time. We wouldn't have to worry about the visibility because you have the big giant rumble strips inside and out. You'd be running a proper race line.
I think if they just open that radius, you go look at the black lines on the ground, the radius that everybody's painting,
Yeah.
which is like what you said, the full box width in the beginning of the zone, and then a full box width in the middle of the zone out.
Yeah.
And you actually grade this versus this.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. So,
hey man, lines on the ground.
I'm just translating what they just told me, so, you know, if we can, you know, wash a run here, I would say let's try it on the first run. Let Cash roast smoke. You try to put your rear tire in the zone with him, and let's just see what happens. You know what I mean? I will do my best. Okay, copy that.
all right, so Nate,
Yeah.
give me the rundown of what the judges told you.
All right, yeah, so I was able to talk to Brian Eggert.
Yeah, because we get spotters help during practice.
Yes.
Right, so the judges are watching, they give us the tips on what they want us to see.
Yep. So
Right.
Brian Eggert was explaining, in his opinion, he thinks that...
Mind you, it is Thursday, 29th, want to make sure we did that.
Exactly, dude, to the T. Yeah, so Brian was explaining, in his opinion, so he's one of the judges, a exciting manji using the whole course, allowing you to bleed speed in your manji, transitioning back on throttle in outer zone 1, in his opinion, will be the best way as a lead car to enter in. So I'm trying to translate that to you. This is my little fucked up drawing.
It makes a lot of sense though. So this is the decel zone currently. And we saw a couple guys do it okay, where they come down and they're just nice straight entry and they enter in and they're bleeding off their speed all the way through. They're on the e-brake here and they're floating to get into this early part of the zone. This zone actually is, let me see that pen. The zone actually does go a little more like up like this. And this is the problem, is that it's this little pinch off. And so these guys like bleeding all through here and then pick up the throttle by this point.
Yes.
And drive, and then your smoke stream starts here and you drive out.
Yes.
So what the judges are saying is that they want us to come over this way, do the big manji, bleed all the speed off this way so that you can rotate and be on the pedal soonest.
Yes.
They want to see the smoke screen as soon as possible. And the only way to do that is to scrub your speed early.
Prior.
Because if you come straight in, you cannot pick up the throttle this way.
Yes.
You have to slow your car down, rotate, little brake this way, slow your car down, and then pick up throttle here to shoot you back out.
Yes. Yeah, so we were trying that in practice. I think you got maybe just one attempt at it.
One try at it.
So Saturday, we'll have to just mentally prepare for that, but I do think that would put us a little ahead of the curve. Not a lot of guys are doing that yet, but I'm hearing in Saturday's driver's meeting, they're gonna explain that to us.
Yeah. So everyone's gonna get basically the same information. It sounds like we did not get to try this exactly. Nate did recommend doing the big feint entry. We didn't really have this much detail on what that would maybe entail, so I had one crack at it, and then we had the pull-in practices over. So,
Which you did pretty good at it, but I think, you know, drawing lines here, it was just you were just late.
oh yeah. The one time we had it, there was no cones out here, and so every driver was going like a full car off.
Yes.
Because nobody could see anything.
Yes.
Insert hilarious. Everybody crying about the outer zone.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think that would be good for us. I know the run-up's short,
Yeah.
but hopefully you're able to kind of take your time, use the whole track. And I was, as a spotter, I was telling the other spotters, hey, we are gonna use the whole track, beware. And I was trying to allow Chris to understand the chase car wasn't gonna like hit him or be caught off guard. So I remember talking to Odie and the others that were chasing you to say, hey, we're gonna try this out, you know?
Yeah, we're gonna use the whole track, heads up. We're allowed to do that, but it's nice, especially in practice, to tell the guy that we're gonna be coming across the nose, so just be aware of that, and it allows them to have a good chase run too, so we can all get what we came here for and there's no surprises.
Yep.
This is round 7 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, Utah Motorsports Campus.
Plan. Let's go rip this freaking race car, brother.
Race day. Race day. Look at that excited boy.
I'm such a happy boy.
We'll see which one of these drivers moves on to the 16. Talking about Rad Dan Burkett and his Toyota Supra. He swings in front of the three-time champ, Chris the Force Forsberg, in his NOS Energy Drink Nismo Auto Parts, all new Z. So bouncing and bobbing there from Rad Dan Burkett. And you saw him go quite a bit off, blasting those cones that first outside zone. Forsberg dialing in there in that chase position. You know, right out of the gate, that was kind of a big swing, and that again, not seeing a ton of practice from Dan. Here we go, Chris the Force Forsberg. He is going to lead in the NOS Energy Drink Nismo Auto Parts, all new Z. He's on those GT radial tires into that first outside zone. A little bumper tap there, exploding the cone. Now into this second outside zone. Chris Forsberg gets out there. Rad Dan, you see him massaging to get out there in his beautiful Mark IV Supra. Now into this last outside zone. Let's see this transition. Ooh, Rad Dan Burkett. Too early on that transition. We saw this from some of the prospect drivers, but Forsberg riding that razor's edge. Boom! Bash there across the finish line. And there it is. Chris Forsberg will get the win. Chris Forsberg gets the win. Obviously being a three-time champ in that NOS Energy Drink, all new Nismo Auto Parts Z. And here comes Hiro Manoa, Juku Racing, Jerry Yang Racing vehicle. Comes that first outside zone. He does exceed it just a little bit. You can see the posture here. Going to that second outside zone. Forsberg jumps to the side of him. Look at the power on deck. He mimics the angle. Hiro's putting the car in the right place. Oh, Forsberg looks like he transitioned. Want to see that angle though. Again, sometimes that's not totally indicative. And look at Forsberg. He's showing him the second half of this battle. Here we go, Chris Forsberg, Hiro Manoa from Japan. Tip to tail, Hiro Manoa drops in. Forsberg uses all of the course. Talking about the edge of the course, that first outside zone transitions into outside zone 2. Here goes Forsberg. Manoa, he's back there a little bit. Here goes Forsberg. The GT radial goes around. Here coming to that last outside zone. He keeps it between the lines. Forsberg dialing it in right there. Yeah. I mean, Hiro does come up on that last outside zone, but that second outside zone, TBD. Left for Hiro Manoa, right for Chris Forsberg, the three-time champion, gets the win. Here we go, Fredrik, the Norwegian Hammer Osmo, the Rockstar Energy Drink Toyota GR Supra initiates. Chris Forsberg in tow, Osmo using all the course, watches transition, the rocket, the slingshot by both of them. Look at Freddie. Actually, Forsberg gave him some room, bounces back, jumps forward. Oh, Forsberg taking an inside line. Let's see how they handle this last outside zone. Drops into formation. Osmo in, Forsberg right there. Brings it across the finish line. Masterclass, well done. Some mistakes kind of on either side. All right, out front. Chris Forsberg through that start chicane. See the mile per hour go up, the accelerometer, a little bit of decel there going to that first outside zone, riding right on that edge. And now coming into that second outside zone, very similar tip for tap. Forsberg flirting with the edge of the track. He's off. So he goes, throws up a little bit of dirt here, transitions in that last outside zone. Forsberg right there, now he's on that course edge. Osmo, there he is right there. So a great battle by both these gentlemen. Right, yes, that's how it goes. So here we go, taking a look at Fredrik Osmo, Chris Forsberg. And one more time, and Fredrik Osmo gets the win.
All right, so I can't say that our weekend ended exactly the way I wanted it to, but a top 8 finish is great. The team did an amazing job keeping the car on track and giving us an amazing pace with it. Overall, great weekend. I'm pumped on the car, getting it back home. Gonna go through it, clean it up, get it ready for Irwindale. But before that, we have the Infinity coming together. We're gonna be shipping it out to Tampa for Zcon, so we're gonna be giving rides out there. So if you're in the Tampa area, come by to the Drift Day on Thursday, September 12th, like I said. So come out, you might be able to get yourself a ride. But otherwise, we are, like I said, gonna get this car ready for Irwindale, Zcon next, and then, then Laguna Seca for Grid Life. We're gonna be out there with the NOS Energy Nissan Z doing our ride along. So if you're in the Laguna area, stop by the NOS booth and sign up. You might be able to get yourself a ride. So, you know, we love giving rides out. It's one of the, funnest thing you can do in a car is go for a ride in a drift car. So if you're in those areas, stop by. Maybe we can get you in. Until then, thanks for watching. See you guys. Appreciate it.